Hi, and welcome to ELLY-B Automotive. In this video, I'll be talking on the basic knowledge of your automotive engine oil. It's all about your engine oil. You need to know the type of engine oil you have in your vehicle, the grades, and the function of the engine oil in your vehicle, and what kind of oil, where to locate what kind of oil that is required for your particular vehicle that you are using. An automotive oil is an engine lubricant used to lubricate an internal combustion engine. This oil comprises of a base oil and also various additives which are added to the oil to ensure that the oil carries out its optimum performance to enable the engine to run smoothly and also to prolong the lifespan of the engine. So now we're talking about the viscosity of the vehicle engine oil. The viscosity of the vehicle's engine oil tells you the thinness or thickness of the vehicle engine oil when the oil is cooled and when the engine is also running at its operating temperature. So viscosity of vehicle's engine oil you can is denoted by the sign XW-XX. The XW, which is talking about the cool operating temperature, and the XS, which is the high operating temperature of the vehicle's engine. So each of these viscosity matters a lot. It has a very important role to play in your vehicle's engine. Sometimes you see some oil which says 5W-40 tells you that at cool temperature the viscosity of that vehicle's engine oil is 5, which is very low. And those oil is good when you want to start your vehicle at a very those polar regions, cooler regions, when the temperatures are very low. So you need enough oil to go around the engine to lubricate the engine for a first start. And for the 40 tells you that that is the operating temperature of the vehicle's engine. At that operating temperature of the vehicle's engine, the viscosity of the oil will be at 40, so that when it doesn't get too slim and start making the engine to wear, and you, instead of lubricating the engine, you start hearing friction in the engine, wearing of engine parts, and which could lead to a breakdown of the vehicle's engine. So a lot of examples of the viscosities of various different oil is on the screen. You can see them. So please just note them. But the one that particular to your vehicle, uh, recommended by your vehicle's manufacturer, you stick to that. And also you can also get consult your automobile mechanic, which can tell you the exact oil that is required for your vehicle at that particular time, because your vehicle could be on a very high mileage. So you will not be using the low viscosity, so you'll be needing a high viscosity to prolong the lifespan of your vehicle. So the grade of an engine oil and the viscosity goes together. So the grade of the engine oil was designed by the Society of Automotive Engineer, which is a SAP, and they tells you the grade and the viscosity of that particular oil at each winter and cold or high operating temperature of the engine. So the viscosity of the oil goes with the grade, and which are those examples I just flashed on the screen, which you just saw. So when you talk about a 10W40, tells you that at a starting, which tells you that the viscosity of the oil at the starting point is very high, which is that kind of oil is being used for vehicles which are in either in the temperate region or vehicles with a little bit high mileage. So we have four different types of vehicles engine oil. One, we have the full synthetic motor oil. Two, we have the synthetic blend motor oil. And three, we have the conventional motor oil. And four, we have the high mileage motor oil. So the full synthetic oil, the oil comes with a very high peak performance and also high viscosity, and it helps to improve your engine performance, and also it helps to reduce fuel consumption, which is as a result of drag on the engine. Your engine runs truly, is very costly, it's costlier than every other oil. Is the best oil and very expensive, which can take care of your vehicle's engine and prolong the lifespan of your vehicle's engine and keep your vehicle's engine very clean. The synthetic blend oil This oil is a mixture of the full synthetic and the conventional oil. Because of the good performance of the full synthetic oil and it's very expensive, a lot of vehicles are not finding it difficult to purchase such oil. So the synthetic blend oil was created, which is a little bit cheaper than the full synthetic, but it carries the performance, all the characteristics in the full synthetic oil is also in the synthetic blend oil, which makes the synthetic blend oil more cheaper so that vehicle owners can easily purchase them. So the conventional motor oil is oil which is ideal for light duty vehicles, and also this oil is recommended for general use for simple engines, not complex engines. Those engines that are simple engines, and for late modern of vehicles, they are using like old modern cars. They do use the conventional oil, which is like a general oil which you can find in the market and it's very cheap. The high mileage oil is the oil recommended for vehicles which have mileage above 75,000 miles. This oil helps to prevent oil leakage, smoking in your vehicle, sumping of oil consumption, air escaping to the combustion chamber. These oils, most of them, majority of them come with a very high viscosity, which helps to protect your car. An engine which has been running for a very long time with 75,000 miles on it and above. So it's recommended that you use the high mileage oil, which is a very good oil for your vehicle. A vehicle's engine oil consists of a base oil and various additives which are added to the oil to enhance the performance of the oil and the vehicle's engine. So now I'll be talking about the various type of additives that are in your vehicle's engine oil. So there are different additives which are added to your vehicle's engine oil, to the base oil. So we have the antioxidant, we have the anti-wear agent, we have the detergent, we have the dispensant, we have the foam inhibitors, we have the friction modifiers, we have the pore points depressants, we have the rust and corrosion inhibitors, and we have the viscosity improve index or the viscosity index improver. So all these are the various additives which are added to your vehicle's base engine oil to enable the engine to carry out full performance and operation of the engine. I'll be talking now on the function of your vehicle's engine oil. So number one function of the vehicle's engine oil is to minimize friction and reduce wear within the vehicle's engine. So this engine oil creates a thin surface layer of the components within the engine, which helps to make a free moving surface, reducing wearing, surface contact, direct surface contact, and also helps to control the heat or temperature of the engine, and also to prevent abrasion, which can lead to breakdown of your vehicle's engine. So it's necessary that you know what engine oil is recommended for your vehicles so that to prevent wear and also to minimize friction in your vehicle's engine. So number two function of the vehicle's engine oil is to clean the internal parts of your engine. So this engine oil contains two additives that will help to clean your vehicle's engine. One is the detergent and two is the dispensant. The detergent will prevent substances, contaminants from sticking to the surfaces of your internal engine, while the dispensant will help to suspend those contaminants and ensure to keep the engine oil clean, and also to ensure that the engine oil maintain its integrity for the particular period before replacing the oil. Number three function of the vehicle's engine oil is cooling. The vehicle's engine oil helps to cool down the engine and maintain its operating temperature by reducing friction and wear. So it is very important that you know what kind of oil you are putting in your vehicle so that you don't end up damaging your vehicle's engine as a result of wrong oil or a bad oil which is being pumped into your vehicle's engine. So the number four function of a vehicle's engine oil is that the vehicle's engine oil forms a seal between the piston rings and the cylinder wall. Because of the movement of the piston rings and piston within the cylinder, so this engine oil helps to seal up the space between the piston rings and the cylinder wall, and also help to improve good compression of your cylinder, and also helps to prevent contaminant burnt gases within the combustion chamber from contaminating your vehicle's engine oil. The number five function of a vehicle's engine oil is to prevent corrosion within the engine. So the engine oil helps to prevent corrosion either by neutralizing corrosive substance within the engine or creating a barrier between the corrosive substance and the engine component surfaces. So it is very important that you know what kind of oil you are putting in your vehicle. If you put a wrong oil into your vehicle's engine, you will discover that over time your vehicle's engine will be filled with debris, corrosive substance, which will lead to a breakdown of your vehicle's engine. So it is very important that you get the right oil which is recommended for your vehicle and also advice given to you by your automotive mechanic to ensure that you have the right vehicle oil in your vehicle engine. So the number six function of a vehicle's engine oil is to transfer energy. So the engine oil acts like an hydraulic fluid which is used for the timing shades actuator, which act as an hydraulic fluid going into the component and also used to create a tension on the timing. So the engine oil acts as a transfer of energy, operating some component within the engine. And for this oil to carry out this function, the oil must be clean. So it is very important that you know what kind of oil you are putting in your vehicle's engine. So it is very important that you ensure you have the right engine oil in your engine. So now we talk about the consequences of a bad engine oil. A bad engine oil cannot lubricate your engine properly, and actually, if it cannot lubricate your engine, it could lead to engine breakdown. It could lead to wearing of parts. You're hearing metal to metal sound within your engine, wearing of the engine components, and also knocking sound, which could automatically reduce the lifespan of your engine and leads to breakdown of your vehicle's engine. So it is very important that you know what kind of oil you're supposed to use in your vehicle, and also the grade, and also when to change or replace your vehicle's engine oil. There are other videos which I've uploaded on my channel regarding type of oil, when to change your vehicle's oil, how to look at what to look at in your vehicle's engine oil. So please try and watch them. Also, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Make comments, hit the notification button, and also like button. And see you on the next one.